Screensavers. I'm Morton Sargent.
Pardon this little fit there. I'm Patrick Norton. Thank you for joining us.
Had a salary dispute during the break.
We have no salary. Coming up in this half hour, Audiophiles Chris Kosach shows us how to add sound effects to your PC. Plus, what is the difference between THX, DTS, Dolby Digital 5.1, all this surround sound, yahoo stuff? We're going to tell you now. Before that, though, we're going to see what's coming up on Tech Live tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Patrick Norton, we are having so much fun.
Yeah.
This is Brett Larson, and we have a little friend. I'm not sure. Sprocket, can you come in here? Hi there. We have a robot friend that is joining us here, and his name's Sprocket.
My name is Sprocket.
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
He actually talks.
He was backsassing Leo earlier.
He was. Sprocket, we're going to ask you. You have to be very quiet now. Can you do that? Good, we're all bought. Brett, you've been taking a look at
He's
some
been
of the...
blowing kisses. At the girls, though, not me.
Not at you?
He doesn't like me.
You've been taking a look at some of the cool stuff regarding auto gadgets here at CES.
Auto gadgets today. That's what my I've been to the swimming hole band that's now up
wedged under your sleeve.
See, I've got this thing.
This says you've been to the auto portion of CES.
I test drove a Mercedes today.
Ooh.
Yeah, and since I didn't own it and figured, you know, they probably have insurance, I just kept my foot to the floor the whole way.
Did you roll it?
Handled quite well. No, I wasn't trying to, but those things are heavy cars.
Very heavy.
They don't want to come off the road. They want to hug it.
Patrick, I have a little note to tell you. I actually saw somebody here today in a Utilikilt.
Nice.
You did?
Didn't wear it as well as Patrick Norton, but we are going to actually be talking about fashion and the fact that accessories, tech accessories, are really going to be taking the forefront of fashion, at least in the geek world, so to speak.
They've got convergence now, fashion and tech.
I like it.
And that's what it's all about.
Well, in fact, I was going to ask, Sprocket, do you like fashion?
I'm a fashionable robot.
He is a fashionable robot. Yes. Patrick, listen, we're having a whole lot of fun here at CES 2002. We're here with 1,000 of our closest friends. We'll have live coverage for you tonight on Tech Live starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mikhail. Thanks a lot, Brett. Have
Say
fun.
bye to
Thanks, you
Sprocket.
guys.
Bye, Sprocket.
Have fun. Goodbye, Sprocket.
Good to talk with you, Michaela.
Michaela goes to Vegas. Brett Larson. Patrick went to Vegas. Leo's in Vegas.
And Marty stays at home. That's because you are the rock on which the Screensavers is built, Marty. Folks, yesterday we asked you, look at that rock-like jaw, the stability in that haircut.
And the mossy haircut.
I like that. Folks, yesterday we asked you the question that our boss asks us every day. Does web surfing at work increase your productivity? Tight vote, ladies and gentlemen. 53% of you lied and said yes. The rest of you were honest. 47%
No,
said
come on. I think it
no.
does. Fight the man. Surf at work. Go
I've
ahead
seen
today.
you surf at work. It's amazing you haven't been arrested yet.
It's my job. Look for goofy websites. That's what I do. Question of the day. Actually, there's two big stories in the news today. And to be honest, we just couldn't make up our minds about which one to use for our question of the day. So we decided to use both. The new Napster is set to go online sometime this year. And the bad news is you have to pay for it. But the good news is you can now have a vasectomy without surgery. Scientists at Johns Hopkins have devised an ultrasound device that'll actually perform the sterilization procedure without any of that cutting. So our question is, which would you rather do? Pay for Napster or get an ultrasonic vasectomy?
Ladies and gentlemen, go to thescreensavers.com because only we offer you this kind of voting opportunity to express yourself.
And now Stu joins us on the phone from Sindley, Ohio. What's up, Stu?
Hey, nothing. How you guys doing?
Good, man. So which would you rather do, pay for Napster or have an ultrasonic vasectomy?
I'm going for the Napster.
Napster.
Wise choice.
Good, man. What can we do for you tonight?
Yeah, I was wondering if there's any way, since I have cable internet, if I could host my own website rather than paying a ridiculous price for a little bit of bandwidth and a little bit of space.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. What kind of a website you got? I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with the answer. I'm just curious.
It's going to be about cars, actually.
Oh, you're a car enthusiast.
And you have the name of my town spelt wrong.
Oh, we do? How do you
Yes.
spell it?
Findlay.
Okay.
Isn't that what it says?
It says S.
Oh, F. Findley.
Findley,
Oh,
Ohio.
we'll change that. Sorry about that.
Our
Stu.
apologies, Stu. Well, I got a question for you. Since you've embarrassed us and we're feeling awkward now, we have to get your question right. Do you have a static IP address or a dynamic IP address?
I believe it's static.
Really, that'll actually help. One thing you're going to do, you're going to have to do a DNS lookup. You can set up a server, do a DNS lookup. You might want to check somewhere in that stack of paper you threw into a corner when you put your cable modem in to see whether or not they have any regulations about hosting a server. Chances are they're not even going to notice a server hanging off there, but sometimes if you start moving a fair amount of traffic, they're going to get a little upset with you. So you might want to check to see if they have any rules about
So don't make a really good website. Just make kind of good website so it's not flooded with traffic.
All right.
But the truth is, yes, you can host a website on that, and basically it'd just be like hosting any other website, except you're going to use your own server or system to host that. Do yourself a favor, firewall that off from the rest of the systems in your house, and use something a lot more secure than Windows 98. Go for a Linux or at least a Windows NT.
Okay, so do I just point the IP of the domain name to my computer?
That we're going to have to refer to you. We'll get you an article linked up in the show notes.
Okay.
For us to try to explain that right now would probably confuse me, scare you, and really, really frighten the other people walking at home.
And as for me, hey, once you build that website, make sure you send us the URL so we can show it off for you. Hey, and speaking of websites, let's check in with Kat for the sight of the night.
Okay, butter. When I was younger, I used to eat sticks of butter because I liked the way it tasted. I've since stopped that gross habit, but I still have I'm a large fan of the spread, and that's why tonight's sight of the night is so exciting for me.
A large fan of the spread. That's cute. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
Butter.
This
Sweetened creamery.
Well, unsweetened butter and unsalted is the best.
That's the best way to sculpt?
Yes, it is. And I learned that from Sharon Booman, and this is her here. She's a very nice woman, and she sculpts everything from bronze to butter. Let's check out some of her life-size butter sculptures. Here she is, and she actually uses hundreds of pounds of butter, and she brings them into a refrigerated room and sculpts. And here she is with a cow, and a Boystein, and I'll just show you a couple more. I like this one. It's my favorite one. It's called Out of This World. Yes. And, okay, so here, let me just show you. This is a sculpture that Kevin actually helped me make. It's our own personal butter sculpture. It's the glass head. And then here we have a processor.
Is that a CPU?
Yes, and some
CPU
RAM.
sculpture and
Morgan
the RAM
helps with
stick
that.
of butter.
Can you see
it's
that?
Pretty good.
RAM stick of butter. I think so.
You learned a lot from this site.
I know, I sure did. And in order to actually learn how you can make butter sculptures yourself, you can check out this website here. And the URL is on the link to it's in the link to my story. And it tells you actually like the correct combination you're supposed to use, because if you can't have a refrigerated room like Sharon, then there's a different, it's a different mix you can use. It's actually like wax and some other things like that.
You don't have a refrigerated room like Sharon. This is such a waste of butter, though. All right.
So if you want to learn more about butter sculptures, you can check out my story at screensavers.com, and I would love to see more of your suggestions. Send them to kat@techtv.com. Can I have a bite of it?
It's delicious. Delicious. Up next, what's all that noise? You know that? Oh, it's Chris Kosach. Find out what she's up to when the Screensavers continues.
Ew.